who had the authority to refuse to take these keys, and who did he offer to give his keys to? I mean, and you were going to meet with him on Wednesday, and we were going to ask him whether he would resign prematurely, or was he going to wait it out to the last second, and anything ever come of that?
I didn't have an opportunity to meet with him on Wednesday. We were going to meet, James and I were going to meet Saturday morning, and we never heard back. So, and that's the last I heard. I left him a voicemail Friday night. I didn't hear back.
I don't know of any other status. All right. So moving on to Resolution 2013-52, interlocal agreements with the Auburn and other jurisdictions. This resolution was prepared by the Pacifica Law Group, and it was sent to our attorney. This resolution, 2013-52, is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Pacific, Washington, authorizing the execution and delivery of interlocal agreements and service contracts with the City of Auburn and other jurisdictions as necessary for municipal services, delegating authority to determine the final terms of such agreements and approving certain matters related thereto.
Move to approve Resolution 2013-052.
Second.
Councilmember Holsey?
That gives us the opportunity to get caught up on some of the things until we can get the position posted and filled.
Councilmember Putnam?
I would note if the mayor is out of town, of course James is not here tonight, so it doesn't actually make a difference, but James would be able to do this tonight actually as Mayor Pro Tem in the absence of the mayor. So I don't know when he's actually going to be in and wants to execute these, but
And Councilmember Walker?
Just kind of FYI, I know Gary mentioned that it's until we can get positions filled, but based on conversations last week, it's not only positions that need to be filled, it's temporary positions that could get us back on our feet faster that we have no intention of filling. So for example, maybe an assistant clerk or an assistant finance person, somebody to come in and help kind of get us where we need to be with no intention of hiring them. So this could be temporary workers. Just as a point, Leanne and I had a casual conversation with the Public Works Clerical Union last week as part, we had scheduled negotiations, and she implied, at least that was my impression, that they would be good and wouldn't hold us back on filling positions temporarily that would be otherwise covered under the union.
Councilmember Holsey?
That was why I made a comment that it will give us the opportunity to get caught up on work that will be tied up.
Any other comments? Councilmember Sykes?
I have a question in the resolution here. If we adopt this resolution, are we adopting the interlocal agreements, Auburn's interlocal agreement? Because I don't see that is a separate item on our agenda.
The purpose of including that was what Auburn has already authorized to go into an agreement with us. We don't know what we need or what we're going to be asking for, so there's going to be, it'd be broken down even smaller than that. They have like just a blanket broad that their council has authorized them to help the City of Pacific with the smaller breakdowns of each department that we would need.
Okay, because my concern is we already have a IT contract with Auburn at a set price.
Right.
And for the way I read this compensation, it says all services, so that would mean that we are overriding our IT contract.
No, and we're not even signing this interlocal agreement with Auburn. It's just showing that they are in agreement to help us. We'll have it's just an example of what they have authorized, their council has authorized the mayor to enter into an agreement.
So it's got signatures on it.
But we're not signing it, we're doing separate, smaller, not blanket. That was what James had told me that's what he would like to do. So basically that's why you have this.
Okay, that was my question, whether we were authorizing this particular
No,
agreement, that it's not clear here.
no, we're not. Authorizing the Mayor Pro Tem to enter into an agreement on a temporary basis to get these projects built. Councilmember Putnam.
Yeah, you noted in section 2, the last part is that we're authorizing James as Mayor Pro Tem to further negotiate the final terms of the agreement with Auburn. So that's incorporating the status of it as it is, but we're authorizing James to narrow it down to what we actually need.
Make sure.
If I may add too, one of the concerns that for Auburn to go to their council and get authorization to help us out in this, we didn't know what to ask for, so they just made it broad and blanket, so he wouldn't have to keep going back to his council, and then we can.
I understand that, I understand the whole thing, but then when I looked at this, it had Auburn's signatures on it, and it had spots for us to plug in for our signature, so that's where I've gotten myself a little confused.
But we're going off of this resolution that has the signature on this resolution 2013, that we're not going off of the Auburn resolution. If you look at the back of resolution 2013-52. Okay?
I understand that.
Okay. Councilmember Holtby?
Essentially, Auburn allowed us to paint with a broad brush, and we may only need an airbrush to paint the picture of the city.
I understand that, but I did not want to put any of our already contracts we have in place in jeopardy because we have an established price there.
Right.
And this way, I read this, that could be a higher price for that IT service than we're paying today. So,
Councilmember Walker?
Ken, is it your understanding that this doesn't override any existing contracts?
It's my understanding it doesn't override any existing contract. It approves them once the Mayor Pro Tem make adjustments as needed, but the city wants the problems are determined.
And just as a kind of a point of information, the IT contract covers IT services, but the things like the website and social media and that stuff, we had started working on that a while ago. Auburn had made a proposal, and then there were some changes made. So if we want updates to the website, it would have to be in this kind of agreement because it doesn't fall into the existing contract. So.
Any other comments from council? Comments from the audience? Any further comments from council? Roll call of council?
Fran Walker,
Aye.
John Jones,
Aye.
Doug Putnam,
Aye.
Leanne Dyer,
Aye.
Gary Holsey, Gary Holsey,
Aye.
Cliff Steiger,
all right,
Okay, motion carried. Okay, resolution 2013-053, Mayor Pro Tem authority. Resolution 2013-53, the resolution of the City Council of the City of Pacific, Washington regarding the authority of Mayor Pro Tempore designating an acting mayor in the event of a vacancy in the office of mayor and approving certain matters related to therefore, or thereto.
I move to approve resolution 2013-053.
Second?
Councilman Holsey?
Basically, a reiteration of the RCW, which states that in the absence or inability of the mayor to perform his duties, the Mayor Pro Tem shall preside over the city as administrative officer. And it still has a restriction that the Mayor Pro Tem does not have authority to hire or fire city officers.
Councilman Putnam?
It's simply clarifying things that are already true under the RCW and making it clear that we intend to abide by that law.
Any other comments from council? Councilmember Walker?
Under section 1, I have a question for Ken, because Gary brings up a good point as personnel matters, hiring and firing, including, section 1 says including but not limited to personnel matters.
That would include the ability and the authority to hire or fire personnel.
This would not include it?
That would.
So how can we be more broad than state law? Where does state law allow it?
state law allows it, it's the position of the mayor as the chief administrative officer of the city to hire and to fire.
But the Mayor Pro Tem does not have that.
But if we are appointing the Mayor Pro Tem as the interim mayor until council approves the new mayor, then you would have that authority. If you are continuing his authority as Mayor Pro Tem, then he would not have that authority.
Councilmember Jones.
As I recall reading, Mayor Pro Tem, once the mayor is removed from office, becomes the mayor. You know, in all intents and purposes until.
That's my understanding as well.
He is the authority as mayor.
Correct.
And under the state law, we would not have the ability to restrict that.
That is correct.
Any other comments from council?
I would just have one.
Councilmember Walker?
And it doesn't really carry any weight, but I would strongly encourage the Mayor Pro Tem to not come in, make permanent personnel changes. I think with a new mayor 3 days away, I think hiring or firing anyone is reckless. I think it got us into this situation.
Other comments from council?
I think it is, though,
Councilmember Peck.
I think it is important to recognize that he does have that authority if he chooses to do so, and avoid any claim that something was invalid if he does do it. So there's what he can do and what he should do.
Exactly. And I'm not making a recommendation to change this. It would just be one council member's recommendation or opinion.
Any other comments from council? Okay, comments from the audience? Seeing none, any further comments from council? Okay, roll call of council, resolution 2013-053.
Karen Walker,
Aye.
John Jones,
Aye.
Ralph Sutton,
Aye.
Leland Dyer,
Aye.
Gary Holsey,
Aye.
Ms. Snyder.
Aye.
Okay. So the other two items on the agenda will be as part of the continued meeting, so consent agenda.
Move to approve the consent agenda as submitted.
Councilmember Peck.
Consent agenda is essentially just claims payable because we haven't had a clerk do minutes for us in how long now?
Too long.
So we do have quite a backlog of minutes to be cleaned up and adopted when that position is available to do so. But for now, the consent agenda is just paying the bills.
Councilmember Holsey,
I have nothing further to add.
any other comments from council? Comments from the audience? Okay, all those in favor of approving the consent agenda as presented?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. No need for executive session. This meeting is now continued until tomorrow at 7:30. Pardon me?
What time?
7:30. 7:30 tomorrow. This meeting will be continued right here. Thank you.